I have been living in Southeast Asia for around about 30 years, and it's quite a long story how I got here. Basically, it was just for work, and I sort of fell in love with the place and decided that it's going to be my home. I've been living in Cambodia for the last 8 years, and there's an old saying before I get into this that if you complain about it, you have the choice of leaving and going back to your home country. I totally understand that. But this is sort of like a safety or piece of advice for safety. And this is not just Cambodia, it happens in Vietnam, it happens in Thailand, it happens in Laos, it happens in a lot of places in Southeast Asia. And it's the driving skills. The one, first of all, that you get, which is quite common still, even though it's against the law in many countries, is riding your motorbike or driving your car while using a mobile phone. Now, if your car has the, like say, the Apple CarPlay, then it's absolutely fine. Yeah, my cat is over there. He's sort of like having a little bit of an itchy there. There's the cat there. Then it's fine. But not to pick up your phone and actually try to call, or in one occasion, or in several occasions, should I say, they got two phones like this, and they're actually trying to steer with their elbows, or however they do it, I don't know. It's illegal, and riding a motorbike with your phone in your hand, you need two hands for your motorbike. If it's a scooter, these are both brakes, yeah? This is the front, this is the back. If it's a manual motorbike, this is your clutch on your left-hand side. You need it, and all the controls are there. So either get yourself a very expensive helmet that has the telephone system or the CarPlay inside, or stop, call, answer, whatever you want to do, but don't wear some noise cancelling earphones so you can't hear the traffic, which would be another excuse. Another one that you see quite often in Southeast Asia is riding a motorbike with no helmet, like the picture you can see here, or you're just using the cheapest helmet available, which is not going to do anything or the slightest. If you come into a car accident. You're riding a motorbike, wear a motorbike helmet which has a DOT, Department of Transport, stamped on the back, or is a really good brand, like, you know, Honda, or a really good brand of motorbike helmet. That's fine. A lot of people, when they're out of the city or away from the police, then they say, oh, I'm only going 2 kilometers up the road, there's no police, I won't wear a helmet. And that's common, and that's where the accidents happen. Another one that you can see here, this is the only picture I could find sort of in a hurry. This is from India. There is the guy, he's got his helmet on, it's okay. But here's his daughter on the front with no helmet. If that's an accident, who is going to get injured? It's going to be his daughter with no helmet. They're not very expensive helmets. You can get a pretty good quality one for about 20 bucks. So if you're going to buy a bike, you've got to get the helmet. And for your kids, you've got to get helmets. Usually when you buy a motorbike, they give you the helmet free of charge. Moving on to the next one, which is frustrating, is seatbelts. Here you can see the perfect example. Should kids be in the front seat? Personally, no. Well, up to about 13, they should be in the back, and they should wear a seatbelt. We all know these signs now. And if they are in the front, they wear a seatbelt. But this is the one that you see a lot, is that the mum and dad are in the front seat and they have the seatbelt on, and then they're holding the kid. They're holding the kid. Yeah. So if there's an accident, that kid is going to go through the windscreen first because they don't have any seatbelt. Kids should be in the back. If they want the parents to be there, then the parents should be in the back with the kid, etc., etc. There are a couple more things which just is just a safety warning, and it's sort of like, again, it drives me crazy. This is not my country, but I'm just saying this should not happen. Indicator signs. Usually when you get to a junction, maybe like 50 to 30 meters, you should actually indicate in which direction. In a lot of countries, they do it last minute. So you're behind a car and you want to turn left, for example, and then the indicator's on, you're on the right-hand side of your lane, ready to. But the car in front of you, you don't know where they're going, and they would do, or the motorbike in front of you would do it in the last couple of seconds. So you don't know if they're going to turn left or they're going to turn right. And another thing is, when they come to a junction and they want to turn left, for example, they will be in the right-hand lane and go all the way across the traffic, yeah? And they think it's all right. You meant to go in the left-hand side to turn left, yeah? Like the cars would. That's sort of annoying, and I don't know why people sort of do that one. One more thing, which is sort of annoying in Asia when driving, is that people would drive incredibly slowly because they're looking for something. They don't have any hazards on or anything. They're not looking in their mirrors. They don't notice a queue of 30 cars or motorbikes behind them while they're trying to. They should try to be as far right as possible. Yeah? So they can, and maybe like an indicator on, or hazards or something on, to tell them that they're driving slowly. A lot of people seem not to use their mirrors, and in a car you have 3 mirrors. Yeah. In a motorbike you should have 2. And that's another thing, motorbikes without mirrors, how can you see behind you? You constantly have to turn your head, and trust me, with a heavy motorbike helmet, that's not easy to do. You rely on your mirrors, and if you can't see 100% what's on your mirrors on the motorbike, then you turn your head. You should do it all the time, according to the highway code, or when I learned how to ride motorbikes like 100 years ago. Again, I'm not criticizing the country in any way, shape or form. You can say to me, if you don't like it, get out of the country. I'm just pointing out some safety points of view. So there are less car accidents, for example. So if you are watching this in Southeast Asia and whatever, please do share this with your friends. You can agree or you can disagree. Am I right or am I wrong? I've been riding motorbikes ever since I was 16 years old. I've been driving cars ever since I was 17. I haven't had one accident. I learnt to drive in London in the 1980s. I wouldn't say I'm an aggressive driver, but I'm more defensive. Yeah? And you're just keeping your eyes open, especially. So touch wood, I don't have an accident. And I think if people follow this simple advice here, so if you do have an accident, you have your helmet on or you have your seatbelt on and your kids in the back. Fantastic, great, that's how it should be. Don't say, oh, it's only a couple of kilometers, it's okay. Oh, I'll make a quick phone call, I'm on the highway, I can see everything, it's no problem. These are the people who do get into accidents one way or the other. When mobile phones first came out, yeah, everyone was driving with their mobile phone in hand. I was one of them in the 1990s. But more accidents happened, and this is why the laws get into effect. I think that's about enough of me waffling about the things that I dislike about Southeast Asia. I love this area of the world, again, because I've been here for such a long time. I've been retired for quite a while now because I've had some good investments from the 2000s, etc., which supports my pension, so to speak. And it's just for me, it's a great place. It's convenient, it's fun, it's enjoyable, there's lots of entertainment, and the list goes on and on. So there's more pluses than negatives. There are 1 or 2 negatives, the same in any other country, like in England or in America or Germany or Brazil, for example. But yeah, these things are safety issues, and I think they should be brought to attention. I did make a video like this a couple of years ago, maybe like 3 or 4. This is sort of just like an update of that. My name is James. This is Buzz. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.